Welcome to MagicForm. I'm going to walk you through how to set up your very own AI-powered sales rep who will sit on your website in the form of a chatbot and answer your prospects' questions, handle their objections, and then also organically collect their contact information to help your website visitors feel confident about doing business with you immediately and provide you with a 20 to 40% increase in conversion rate. The good thing about sales agents too is that they're also great support agents. So we can also be used to automate your support process as well. So let's just get started training our new sales agent by clicking sign up, and then we'll go to create new agent. Now the best first step is to start on the upload tab. In fact, think of all of these tabs as your onboarding process. First, you'll upload some of your information to your sales agent's brain, and then you'll configure their personality and their style. And then next, you can review some of the test conversations. And after that, you'll deploy it to your website. And finally, you can import new leads and conversations into your existing tech stack to automatically enroll them in an email campaign, for example, or escalate to a sales rep to follow up. So in the upload tab, let's start by importing the data from our website. So I'll just type in the domain here, and then we'll click scan. So we can choose which pages we want to scan, and then we can click on select scanned pages. We can also upload documents that contain any information that you think might be valuable for your sales agent to know, including training material or sales documents, frequently asked questions as well. And once we're done that, we can move on to configuring some of the rules that we'd like our sales agent to follow. So this first slider here is defining how much freedom you want your sales agent to have when responding to questions that it might not have been specifically trained on. When it's all the way to the right, it'll be using your existing knowledge base to guess on questions that it wasn't asked before, which does risk providing some responses that aren't necessarily true. But when it's all the way to the left, it will only respond to questions that it's confident in answering. In other words, when it's on the right, it won't say, I don't know as often. And when it's on the left, it will say, I don't know to questions that it's just not confident on answering. But that's not necessarily a bad thing because you can customize this fallback message to say something like, hey, that's a great question. Could I grab your email so I can follow up with you on this one? And there you have another lead that you can automatically assign to your nurture campaign and work them until they're confident enough to buy from you. Okay, so moving on, this field right here is where we can define how it's going to start conversations. You already know what it's going to say when it doesn't know the answer to a question. And we also have our custom questions down here. So these are questions that it will ask while engaging with the prospect. And they can be used however you like. For example, they can be used to just guide the conversation, or they can be used to qualify the lead. They could also be used just like regular form fields to collect more data, like how many employees does your company have? And what's really cool is when you set up the integrations, you'll be able to populate certain fields with these responses to the questions that you're asking here. So you can, for example, sort your own contacts in your CRM by them. Or however you want to set it up after that, you have complete control here. Speaking of complete control, this next widget allows you to structure the conversation. So instead of asking for your name first, why don't we ask our custom questions first to get the conversation going, and then we can ask for their contact information afterwards. People don't tend to like to give their contact information away for nothing, so you'll definitely see better results by asking these custom questions first. This is actually why traditional forms aren't as powerful as MagicForm, because we can actually provide value to the website visitor first, build their trust, and then naturally ask for their information to collect and convert more leads than ever before. I'll just toggle off the custom questions that I didn't use here. And then lastly, we can describe some characteristics of your new sales agent, like their personality and their purpose. And the defaults here work very well, and they will only add a subtle effect to your agent's responses. So I'll just leave them how they are for right now. And also, if you have a single call to action that you'd like to provide to your customers, you can define it here. This can be defined as a reason for collecting their contact information, like Provide me with your email address and I can send you a discount code. Or this could be a link like book a meeting at, and then the meeting link. Additional instructions could be don't give advice to the customer, for example. But be creative and try things out. Just remember that it's important to keep all these fields short and no longer than a paragraph. Great, so next up is the best part. This is where you can role play as a customer and review how your sales agent is performing. So there are 3 sections under this review tab where you can review the conversations that it's had and edit the responses to fine-tune how it responds to specific questions. And then you can view your sales agent's library. This is like a peek inside its brain. And because it knows so much, it's going to be hundreds or sometimes even thousands of chunks of knowledge that it has pulled from your website or documents that you've uploaded. And these are formatted into question and answer pairs. It's also very important not to have a perfectionist mindset here, because some of this information probably won't be formatted properly, or there may be some obsolete information that you don't think it needs, but your sales agent doesn't care. It can understand poorly formatted bytes of info, and it just won't use information that a customer doesn't ask about. So it's really not worth your time to try to make this library look perfectly nice and clean. It's just meant to be used to see what information is there, which you can sort by the web page or the document, or you can search by the keyword. You can also sort by when the data was added, or if it's marked as needs review. Lastly, you can also manually add questions and answers. But back to the best part, let's go to the playground and role play as a customer to see how your new sales agent responds to some common questions. So I can simply ask a question here, but if I can't think of any common questions, then I can just start generating relevant questions with AI based on our library that we've already loaded up. So now I can sit back while this is going on, and once I click Stop Generating, I can go over to the Conversations tab and make some changes to the responses that it provided to the questions generated by ChatGPT. When I find a response I didn't necessarily like, I can simply change it and click Save, and then it will be added to the library, specifically under the Live Messages section. You can also see that each response is color-coded to signal how confident it was with the response. Red means it took more of a guess, and green means it had this answer locked and loaded in the library. And what's even cooler is that you can click the magnifying glass to drill down and see what bytes of information it used to generate this response and to identify the root issues of an undesirable response. Here you can also modify the library directly, or you can just delete the information altogether. Awesome. So now that our sales agent is all trained up and ready to go, let's move on to the Deploy tab here, and we'll customize our widget's appearance and then deploy it to our website. Let's see how it looks by clicking on the Copy Code and Preview. So this is refreshing the preview, and it also copies the code to your clipboard so that you can just go to your website and embed it. First, let's change the color theme to match our brand. Then we'll set the title, the subtitle, and even the placeholder to whatever we want. We can throw our logo in the bubble icon image. We can set how many seconds it waits before opening the chat widget on your website. And we can also embed it to your website as a web form style, so it's no longer pinned to the screen, but actually fixed on the page as you scroll past it. This could be a small or a large widget as well. And once you're happy with the settings, click Copy Code and Preview to copy the latest settings of your chatbot, and then now you can simply go and paste this code into your website's header. We do have specific instructions for how to paste this code for each website builder. All you have to do is click on the Embed Instructions page right here. Amazing. So now your website has your chatbot on it, and it's engaging with your website visitors with instant responses to their questions, and it's collecting their contact information. You need somewhere to send this contact information. So we'll click on the Integrate tab to get access to the Zapier integration. And if you're new to Zapier, we'll put out a separate in-depth video to really demonstrate what's possible here. So a great example would be to take these leads and automatically enroll them into your MailChimp mailing list so that you can stay at the top of their minds until they're ready to buy from you. You could also automatically enroll them into your CRM and assign a task for a sales rep to follow up. If you're using it in a customer support case, then maybe you could send an email to your support email with the transcript and then have an agent jump on and contact them right away simply by replying to the email. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out at support@magicform.ai, or you can chat with our little customer support bot in the bottom right corner here. Thanks so much and have a great day.